Hello, everyone. My name is Jaquise Moore. For those of you who do not know me, I am the host of this lovely page, Learning with Jasmine, and we have a special guest, you guys. And before we get started, really good friend of mine from back in the day school and everything. But anyway, we are here live. We're going to be talking about the Love Project, and Danielle is going to talk about that. So please introduce yourself, and we're going to go jump right on it.
All right. Hey, everybody. My name is Danielle. I'm the founder of the Love Project. The Love Project is basically a mentor leadership program for young ladies ages 6 to 21. And we just basically teach them life transformation skills that are not taught in the school that need to be taught, basically like budgeting, finances, self care, self awareness, self love. um, it is a faith based organization, so we will talk about God, um, because the whole meaning of the Love Project is God. God is love, and everything we do is centered around love. Um,
So, what does love mean?
so love, love means excuse me. The Love Project means girl, I done got a brain. I am
What does it say on your shirt?
girl, I'm sorry. So the Love Project, the motto is unlocking the power of love.
Hmm.
But girl, I'm serious. I got a brain fart. I do apologize. Can we come back to that question?
That's what happened when it's live.
Girl, I know. Girl.
Okay, well, the Love Project. Okay, hold on, you guys. I gotta look it up because this is too funny.
Girl,
All right.
I'm sorry. Look, it
Okay,
happened.
okay. Love. L means listen.
Listen, overcome, value, and empower. Thank you, girl.
It is okay, you guys. I told you, you always have to laugh it out, right? Okay, so listen, what do you tell the the mentees? Listen, what does that mean?
so,
What do you do? Let's
um,
break it down, okay?
so a lot of people, when they're having a conversation, they hear to respond. They don't listen. So when I say listen, I want when I say listen, that means basically we talk so we can be heard, not just so we can be talking.
Mm,
So the main point of love is to listen to other people and what they have to say, because listening is a very valuable tool. Because you can have a conversation all day, and if somebody asks you a question or asks you what you just said and they don't know, what was the point of you having that whole conversation if they're not listening to you and comprehending what you're saying?
mm, mm. I felt that. Okay. Oh, overcome. What does that mean?
Overcome, basically a lot of people have a lot of stuff that they deal with internally, and if you don't overcome the stuff that you're dealing with inside, you're not going to be able to grow. You're not going to be able to grow as an individual. You're not going to be able to grow spiritually. You're not spiritual is a part that makes you overcome a lot of stuff, because without God, me personally, and I'm not going to put my beliefs on anybody, but me personally, if I didn't have God in my life, a lot of stuff or a lot of events that has happened to me, I wouldn't even be able to overcome. So
That's
God
right.
is a yeah, so God is a big part of my life.
Hmm. Okay. Ooh. Yes. All right. So we're not gonna preach, y'all. We're not gonna preach. Okay. V. What does V mean?
Value.
Mm,
A lot of people, well, everybody wants to be valued, and everybody wants to be recognized. I don't care what you're doing, and I don't care if you say you don't want to. There's nothing wrong with saying thank you or I appreciate you. And a
hmm.
lot of people that I hang around, I will tell you thank you in a minute, because at the end of the day, you don't have to do what you do for other people.
Hmm.
So being valued, it goes a long way. So if I come up to you are basically, if I do this interview and I was late, or I wasn't focused, or if I wasn't taking it serious,
Mhm.
I don't value you. So you would feel some type of way.
Mhm.
So value goes a long way with self development, and also the way that you have an impact on other people's lives.
Well, commercial break. When Danielle agreed to do this, I said she said she was like she was like I said thank you. You said you welcome. I said no, thank you. Because I was asking her to do this. Okay, so thank you for your time. All right, and E. What does E mean?
E means empower. Um, that means so many things. Empower, I feel like as women, we need to empower each other. We are so judgmental and we are so negative on what somebody else got going on that all it takes is say, "You're beautiful. I like what you're doing." You don't like a lot of people, instead of giving people compliments, they always trying to downplay them. And I'm a big believer on giving people compliments because it doesn't take anything to say, "Well, I like your outfit. Your shoes are cute. I like your hair." Like that makes people feel good. And to empower somebody, it to me, it makes me feel like I'm empowering. And it's just a wonderful feeling when you put them positive vibes out in the atmosphere. Because in the world now, it's so much going on, like with everything, like positive vibes and energy is it's a lot.
Mm, mhm. Okay, so commercial break. Remember, I told you guys last night that this page is the real focus about autism, but it doesn't have to be all about autism. But for a parent who may have a child with autism, by the way, Danielle has experience. Can you tell you about your experience, please?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been working with individuals with disabilities for over woo, probably like 13, 14 years. I started off in a group home, working with older individuals with autism. And actually, this lady named Kathy, she was working second shift. So when I would come in, she would be leaving. And so one day we just had a conversation, and she was like, "I really like you. I really like your energy." She was like, "I have two sons that are autism, that has autism." She was like, "Would you be willing to work with one of them?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." This is when I was in Salisbury at Livingstone College. And so I started working with him. He's very high functioning. He had his own apartment. I was working with him for probably about five years, and then I moved to Charlotte because I got pregnant with my wonderful daughter, Jamie. Um, and I started working at Metro. And Metro is a school with severe and profound individuals with disabilities, all types of disabilities, autism, Down syndrome, any disability you can name is at
Mhm.
Metro. So I worked there for over 8 years. And then I recently, excuse me, I just recently started working at Hopewell High School. This is my third year at Hopewell High School. And um, the job is very challenging. I'm not gonna lie, it's very challenging because you never know what to expect on a day-to-day basis. But individuals have to understand that individuals with disabilities are who they are. They're not gonna change for nobody, just like you're not gonna change for nobody. So don't expect them to change. And if you're having a bad day with the individuals with disability, don't bring it on to the next day because they feel that energy.
Mhm.
They feel that, and just like we feel energy, they feel energy too, and they want to be loved and cared for just like everybody else
They
does.
want to have the love
Right.
project. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. They want to have the love. And so, like I said in the video last night, that even though we're not talking about autism today, but you can bring in the LOVE with
Right.
your child.
Right.
Yes, yes.
Right.
So that's exactly what I was talking about. Putting those things and transferring into your child. All right, so we're gonna get started with the questions. Okay, what are you doing in the community now? We talked about a little bit of the Love Project, but can you go into more depth about the Love Project?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Love Project, we do a lot of community outreach events. Our last one, we actually fed, I think, over like 300 people. We partnered with this young lady, excuse me, Infinity Females and Gentlemen's Organization. She's absolutely wonderful. And we fed over 300 individuals in need. We usually feed them. We usually serve the men's shelter. We also partnered with the Relatives, which is an organization basically that helps homeless teenagers or homeless children. We partner with them. We provide lunch with them once a month. Um, it's just it's different because so many people take stuff for granted, like getting out the bed, having food on the table. Like you never know. You never know what somebody else is going through. So don't be judgmental. Just help if you can, because at the end of the day, that can be you. You know what I'm saying? So, we this was actually our first time going into their community, and it's different when you serve them and they come to you rather than you going to them, because you actually get to see, like, if it rains, they're sleeping on water because they're intense. They're intense. If it snows outside, they're sleeping on ice. You know what I'm saying? So like it's very touching because it could be you. It can be your child. It can be anybody.
Yes. Years ago, I used to work at Health and Human Services. This was actually a volunteer service, in the homeless department, and so I definitely, even they would come to us for support, for resources, whatever. But recently, I know for my family and some other people, we've actually started doing homeless bags.
Mm-hmm.
And so going to different areas in the Maryland area, and taking the bags to
Right.
individuals. And I would see tents, like, floods of tents around that area, or they're laying on the ground. So definitely,
Right.
every time, whatever the weather is, if it's snowing, raining, if it's cold, if it's hot, they're in that element.
Right.
Right. hmm
Right.
Okay, so what else have you done with the Love Project? And how do you serve the individuals that are coming to your project?
So we started at Hopewell High School. I was actually having classes with the young ladies at Hopewell. We would do basically like self like I don't know exactly how to call it, but it was like self activities, I would call it. And it's crazy because when you work with young ladies, I don't want to say they don't value themselves, but they don't know the value of themselves. Um, and the reason why I say that is because we had this one activity, and I call it the positive and the negative activity. I wrote all of the positive things in a bag, and then I just folded it up, and they picked one out. And then I wrote all of the negative in a bag, and I folded it up, and I picked it out. So the first one was the negative. So I walked around to all of the young ladies, and I was like, pick a piece of paper. So they picked a piece of paper, and I was like, everybody read it out loud. And so it had like negative stuff, like you're ugly, you're fat, you stink, you just anything you can name negative. And so I was like, well, how did that make you feel? They were like, I'm used to it. I was like, so it don't make me feel no type of way. And I was like, wow. So then I wrote positive stuff like you're the queen, you're beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
you God created you in your own image, you're unique, you're talented, you're blessed. So when they read that, I was like, how did that make you feel? And they were like, I don't know, because nobody ever told me things like that.
Wow.
They was like, nobody ever told me nothing like that. And
Mm,
wow. So
mm,
I made it a point from that day on to call them either beautiful or
mm.
queen or something. Because if you don't value yourself, nobody else around you is going to value you.
Wow, that's deep, you guys. So commercial break. I actually had a mentoring program. My I think it was my second year of college. Um, when I went to a college down south, and I had it for the freshmen, and we did it for like actually for one semester, just to kind of like when they come in, they're having the certain way of being here and being at
Right,
school, and then not being with their parents. And so, it was like a big sister program, just like someone did that for me when I was younger. I was in a
right,
church big sister program, and it was a mirror. You had to talk to the mirror,
right.
and to talk to your reflection of yourself and say everything positive
Mm-hmm.
about yourself. You may look like whatever, you may feel like whatever, but you had to always talk positive. And that was actually the homework, to write
Mm-hmm.
positive things and put it on the mirror in your um in your room at school, and always talk to that person, like, even if you don't feel like it, I'm beautiful. You have to speak it.
Right.
Yes,
And it's
then
crazy because a lot of people they don't even like taking pictures without a filter. The first thing they do when they open up their phone is what? Put a filter on it. Because they're not comfortable in their own skin. They're not comfortable with who God made you to be. And God made you to be who he made you to be. And you're unique, you're beautiful, you're different. You're made in his image. Girl, you gonna have me up here preaching, honey. But woo, but
well, we can come back again. I don't mind. Y'all know me, and y'all don't know me, then y'all never know me.
but yeah, it's crazy because a lot of females they don't, and it's something that everybody deals with as a female. It's not
Male
just
and
young
female,
people.
but male and female,
Right,
not just young people, but we can definitely testify that it's just something about those young females, because
right,
society don't look at females like that, and so it's either you know
right,
whatever we're not talking about, you
right,
know, and so we have to like really encourage our young people. Yes.
right. You do. Because at the end of the day, they are our future. They are
Hmm.
our future. And they need some positive influence on their life. Because if you look at the music videos, not saying there's anything wrong with the videos, but to a certain extent it is. Because I know when I was young, I ain't gonna say my age, but when I was young, I used to look at the videos and be like, you know what I'm saying? I want to be one of them. But then when I grew up and I learned the value that you don't have to be on a video to be known, you can have a positive impact on individuals' life and be more known than the people on the videos. So it's very challenging because at the end of the day, everybody is dealing with something. And one thing that the Love Project does focus on is mental health,
Hmm.
because we're so used of excuse me, we're so used of, well, what goes on in this house stays in this house. And
Hmm.
if something is going on in the house and it keeps on continuing to go on and you don't nobody knows about it, that's going to kill you internally. So that's where mental health comes into play. So we do have a mental health counselor. Her name is Jackie Patterson, and she deals with the individuals dealing with internal stuff, and also Lashika.
Hmm.
So the major part is spirituality and mental health,
Hmm.
because if you don't have your
It has to
spirituality
get
right,
connected. It has to be
right,
connected.
they have to be connected because so many kids deal with so many things at home, in school, as far as bullying. Like
Hmm.
you never know what somebody is going through.
Cyber bullying right now,
Right,
it is definitely a high
right,
risk. But it's interesting because commercial break, for those who want to learn more about uh, mental health, we've had it in the past. Actually, it was my mother. in the past interview, it says school counseling. If you scroll down, you'll see the videos called school counseling. So she was saying that because of COVID and most schools are closed, you have now, before it used to be like going to school, you have a bully, they may beat you up, they may whatever, and then
Mhm.
they leave you for the rest of the day. But
Right.
cyberbullying, it prolongs
Right.
because even though they might mess you up on school, when you come home, it's on Twitter, it's on a
Right.
text message, it's on whatever it is,
It's everywhere.
it's on email, and you cannot, get away from it. So definitely commercial break, you guys, parents, individuals, go on school counseling video. But yes, bullying or any type of bullying, even bullying ourselves, like we're talking
Right.
about positive, you know, mind thoughts or of ourselves. If we say that we can't do something,
Right.
then we're
Words are
not going to do.
powerful.
We're not going to. Words are very powerful. Commercial break. There's another one that says words. I tell you, I got everything. But yeah, I love the simple fact that the love have broken down into the areas that we need as individuals. It's not just for young people, not just for women. It's for everyone. I love that. So
Thank you.
that's just a good site. Okay, so what ways others can get involved in their community? Now, we're all everywhere. We're different all
Right.
walks of life. And so again, September and October is about community support. I'm picking on people that have actually been in the community itself, front and center, you know. And so I definitely wanted to talk to you about Love Project because I've been watching. I've been watching. I've been watching. Yes. But how can I or someone else be in the community? What can we do uh to impact lives?
Right. First I want to start off by saying right now the Love Project does have a fit and fun challenge going on. Because I personally believe in fitness. That fitness and helping people are my two passions. So I try to, connect them together. So it is $10 to join, but all the proceeds go to the winter drive. It's like a winter blanket and toiletry drive that we're putting together for individuals in need. So, like for the tent people, so we're going to provide hot meals, and we're also going to do toiletries and blankets. So, if you want more information, I'll give you more information.
Yes. So
But
come wait, commercial break, you guys. So once we get off, Danielle, if you can go back on the comments and
okay,
then put all your information, the Love Project website, the fitness information, all that stuff. You put it
okay,
on. Okay.
absolutely,
All right. There you go.
absolutely. But I would say start small.
Hmm.
Because everybody can't go out here and provide lunches to everybody that needs it. But I would just say start small. Like your next door neighbor might be going through something and you don't know about it. Just have a conversation with somebody. Give a
Hmm.
hug to somebody, smile. Um,
Biggest 6 feet away.
yeah. So like just start small and then if you're able to, that's when you can do more, like providing lunch, helping a mother who just had a baby get diapers.
Hmm.
Um, everybody needs help in some way. So the first thing is communication because without communication you're not going to know what exactly is needed. So I would say start small and then build from there.
Okay. So let me so this is off the record question because I know
Mhm.
we've been talking about the love. How can what can parents do to support children? And this is based upon your profession with learning with disabilities. What can parents do to support their child who has a disability with trying to create within their child's spirit the love, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like what? Okay.
I would say don't look at the disability. I would say because if you look at the disability, you're gonna disable your child. So working with individuals with disabilities, they want to be treated like everybody else. They don't want to be treated like they have a disability. They just want to be treated like everybody else. So stop making excuses for why a child can't do something. Just teach them how to do it. If a child if a child wants to ride a bike but they only have one leg, show them how to ride that bike with that one leg. Don't say, well, you can't do it because you have this and this going on. Don't tell them that. Just show them ways around it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I feel like that more than anything, looking at the person's disability rather than the person is gonna disable them more.
Wow. So making sure, and I'm going to go back again, making sure that we listen to our child. Okay, so how do we as parents listen to our child who may or may not have a disability? Can we kind of bring it towards, like this way?
I would say hear them first, because people like me and my daughter, for instance, we have a great relationship. And some people don't agree with our relationship because I let her express herself to me. Because if she say, "Mommy, I don't like the way you made me feel in this situation," I tell her to come to me and tell me. Whereas some parents be like, "That's disrespectful." I feel like that's not disrespectful, because if your child can't come to you and express how they feel about how you're treating them, then how can you expect them to go to somebody else and express if they're being hurt or if they don't like the way they're being treated? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I would say first hear them out and let them be able to express their feelings. It's all, you can say anything, but it's all in how you say it. So it's all in how you say it.
Okay, that's a good example. Okay, overcome. How can we help our children to overcome whatever obstacles?
Connection. Have a connection with your child. Listen to your child. Don't brush your child off when they're trying to talk, because children are very vulnerable. When they want to be heard, they want to be heard right then and there. And so as a parent, we have so much stuff going on, and kids don't understand that. Like when my baby wants my attention, she wants it then and there. But she has to understand that mommy has a lot of stuff going on too. But I try to listen to her as much as I can, because I know if I don't listen to her when she's ready to talk, then she's going to shut down. And I don't want her to shut down and it's something that happened to her, but I wasn't listening to her at that time.
Right. That makes a perfect sense. Okay. How can we as parents help or support our child value themselves?
Encourage them. Tell them they're beautiful. Tell them, I don't care what nobody else say. You are beautiful. God created you in his image.
Or handsome for the boys.
Right. Handsome. Sorry. Handsome. God created you in his image. If you think your hair is nappy, rock your nappy hair. As long as you happy with it, it doesn't matter what anybody else has to say about it. Because at the end of the day, people gonna say what they want to say regardless. But if you allow them to have that negative impact on you, then they're controlling you. You're not controlling yourself.
Right.
So I would say just keep them encouraged, keep saying you're beautiful, you're handsome, you're great, you're blessed.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Encouragement.
And what about last thing is empower? How can we empower our children?
I would say that goes along with the first one. Just keep on motivating them to do what they want to do, not what you want them to do. Like,
Can you go deeper with that one? Because that's step on somebody's toes right there.
because how can I say this? Just ask your kids what they want to do, what they like doing. Don't expect them to like the same things you like to do. Like my
Mm,
daughter, she likes nails. Like she's good at nails. So I'm doing everything in my power to make sure that she's the best at doing nails because I don't want her to be average.
mm-hmm.
Because um because if she wants to do nails, that's her. That's what she wants to do. That's what she loves to do. That's what she has a passion to do. I can't expect her to be in fitness like I am because that's not what she wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was to force her or make her do something I want to do, I don't feel like that's right.
You're not empowering them what they would like to do.
Right.
Okay. So that makes sense. Like, you know, and I'm not gonna go into any profession, whatever. But that's basically what it is.
Right.
Oh, because so and so was a doctor or so and so was
Right.
a teacher,
Or a
type of
football
thing.
player or a
Right,
basketball player or
right.
a cheerleader. Right.
Now, Jasmine loves science, you guys. I hate science. And I'm like, are you going to be a scientist? Yay! Or you're going to be a ballet dancer, or she loves ballet, or she loves music. She may want to be a singer. Whatever it is, go for it. I just have to, if she could be a scientist, I have to make a lot of money or get a lot of scholarships. She got to get a lot of scholarships. But
Right.
I hate science. I would never tell her that though. I would
Right.
never tell her what I dislike.
Right.
And so, just empowering. Yes, thank you so much for breaking everything down. Okay, last one, a few last things of what you like to tell. Like if you had like this final words for parents to whatever, or any or a young person or a young woman, what would you like to say to them?
Um, I would say do everything you do with love because love outweighs anything. And at the end of the day, love will win over everything.
Okay. All right. So what I got from this broadcast is to make sure here we go. Here we go. Make sure that I just don't talk to Queese in a conversation, but to listen
Right.
to the individual that I'm having a conversation with, to understand them, at
Right.
least respect them, to want to come to me to grow.
Right.
That makes sense. Okay. To overcome anything that I have gone through, and God knows what I've gone through, and only give praises to Him with that. Overcome spiritually, mentally, physically,
Right.
emotionally,
Right.
academically. I have dyslexia, you guys, and I'm in my master's program. When my teacher told me I could never be anything, when my teacher told me that I will never go to college, I'm in my master's program. I have overcome.
Right.
Yes. Okay. Um, I feel valued every time I wake up in the morning. I am loved by God, loved by others, but also I value myself in the way I present myself. I haven't been the best influence, but now that I value, like we are saying, yeah, look, watching those videos back in the day, I was like, oh yeah,
Right.
let me no. Valued myself by just being who I am, and loving me, and then empowering myself and empowering Jasmine by doing, like I said, I had the worst teacher ever, and I made sure that I overcame what I heard.
Right.
I listened and I said, I will not, if I become a teacher, I will not do what you
Right.
told so it's interesting how all of those components make up love, make up um, who we all, this world needs to be, right? And
Right.
so if everyone show the love to to each other and to themselves, this world would be a better place.
Right.
We will be a better place. And so I want to thank you, Danielle, for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for your words, your encouragement, and you guys definitely support the Love Project. Um, Even if you do not want to do the fitness, I definitely, I was like, girl, I don't know, because I'll be seeing your videos. But this girl can work. If y'all want, this girl can work you. But the Love Project, definitely tune into the Love Project. So the website, the fitness information, everything about the Love Project, please comment below once we're finished, Danielle.
Okay.
And so and then you guys can always reach Danielle uh through, I get what, through Messenger.
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook Messenger.
Okay, so you can put all that information down
Okay.
and then go from there. You guys, we have a great day today. We had a great day today. Thank you, Danielle. And we have 4 more lined up this month, you guys. So check on this awesome page for more details. All right. Thank you, Danielle, for your time.
Thank you for having me. Thank you
No
so much.
problem. And until then, you guys, love. Bye bye.
Bye.